Kaboom! I believe we're live. Insta, Facebook, happy Monday, happy Valentine's Day, you sexy buggers. So, bonjour people. I can see people are jumping on Instagram and on Facebook. So, 10x your fat loss results. And by the way, if I'm looking at one camera to the other, I've got my iPad here and I've got my iPhone here, so I'm recording this on two different platforms. But guys, I just wanted to come on. I've been thinking about doing a live for some time now, and I thought, do you know what? Why not tonight? Why not try and add some value and try and help some people? Good evening, guys and girls. Happy Monday. Who's buzzing for this week? So, and by the way, whilst I am live, if anyone's got any questions or whatever, stick them in the chat. I will answer them, or if you're watching on a replay, just comment replay and I will get back to you guys. But just want to talk about today, 10x in your fat loss results. Now, so when I first became a personal trainer, I was quite naive actually. I was, how old was I? 21. I left university and I was training at university to become a PE teacher. Did a little placement and was like, I don't really want to work with kids that much. So I was like, I'm going to go work in a gym for a little bit because I liked working out. It was something that I was really passionate. Poor connection. Reconnecting. Keep me connected. So yeah, I was enjoying going to the gym. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to become a PT and do that for a little bit whilst I figure out what I want to do. So that's what I did. I got my qualifications and I didn't really know much about nutrition. And my personal training course didn't contain much about nutrition either. It was more about moving the body in the most efficient way, learning some different exercises, teaching it. It wasn't that great, to be honest. The course itself wasn't that great. And I didn't come away from it really understanding much more about nutrition. I just had a little certificate that enabled me to be insured to go and train clients in a gym, right? So that's what I did. And I was still exercising loads. But what I would find is, and this is what happened, I worked in the gym for 5 years, right? And I would see people come into the gym like 5, 6 a.m. because I'd be into work early. And I'd be like, oh, that's a grafter. They're going to get some real good results if they maintain this intensity in their sessions. Like they're grafting in the morning, super consistent, 4 or 5 days a week, maybe even more, by the way. And sometimes, because I'll be still in the gym at night, I'd see them back in the gym in the evening as well. I'd be like, oof, they're grafters. They're going to get ripped up. And they wouldn't really get many results. And I was like, why is that the case? They're exercising. They're exercising so hard. They're in the gym. They're doing all the right things. Why aren't they really getting great results? And it wasn't until, and this was years, by the way. These people were training for years like this. Fit people, don't get me wrong, but not getting the best like body transformation, not losing the body fat that maybe they wanted to. So I was really intrigued by this, and it was the same for me, by the way, with my training. Like I was seeing quite good results, but it wasn't until I realised the power of nutrition. And I went on, did a few courses, learnt more about nutrition, saw people who were getting in mad shape, like mad shape, and I'd be like, so tell me, how come you look so different to everybody else? I was just really curious. Like whenever I see someone doing really well at something, that's just something I've got a curiosity. In fact, anyone, by the way, if anyone who actually had a conversation with me, you're probably someone who's like, Jack asks a lot of questions. Just because I'm a curious person, right? And I like to learn through asking questions, right? So I'll be asking this guy questions and they'd be like, do you know what? It's all in my diet. And I was like, wow, really? And that would be the common theme for whenever I met someone who was in really good nick, like really lean, built some good muscle. They're like, mate, most of it's in the nutrition. It's what I eat every day. I'm consistent with my diet. And I see this over and over and over again. So I became more and more like curious about, I wonder what would happen if I improved my nutrition plan compared to just grafting loads in the gym. And then I realised the actual, how it worked. So 80% of your results comes from nutrition, okay? 20% comes from your workout, okay? So just think about that for logically for a minute. And when I thought about that, when I first heard that, I was like, wow. So I'm doing all this graft in the gym, training hard, going on my runs, doing my press ups, when in reality, I can see a comment. If you aren't feeding the muscles the right nutrients, you ain't going to get the right results. Davey knows. And that's a PT, by the way, a good PT. So, yeah, I was doing all the training, by the way. If you're on Instagram, that comment was on Facebook, if you're thinking there's no comment there that he's reading. So, that's thrown me, by the way. I don't know where I was. But, yeah, it was when I started applying better nutritional habits, my results went really, really fast, started to improve. So I started to help other people with doing this, that I was training. And then obviously I found Herbalife Nutrition that took me to a whole different level when it comes to giving my body what it needs because of the science, the developments of the products, combining that with a good whole food diet. Guys, your results can literally 10x, which is why I've put 10x your fat loss results. And by the way, this is the same for anything in life. Like 10x your business results, 10x your career development, 10x your relationships. By focusing on the thing that moves the needle the most, right? And by doing the way to do this, by the way, is to find someone in that industry who's really seeing success and ask them, "What are you doing?" Right? It's so simple to do, yet it's something that we don't do, right? Because and when it comes to getting great fat loss results, trust me, 80% of it comes in what you eat. Like I'm 30 next month, can you believe it, right? 30. And I look back and I was probably training my hardest mid-20s, right? Really getting after the training. My results now are as good as when I was getting when I was training it harder than ever, because I'm not training as hard at the moment. I'm just kind of like training for, what would I say? I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying myself. I know my limits. I know if I go mental, I'm going to be sore. I don't really want that feeling of by the way, if you're having the mentality of, oh, I've got to be sore for it to be a good workout, that's stupid, right? Don't have that mentality. Have the mentality of being consistent over time, building solid habits, and combining that with great nutrition, because that's how you're going to get long-term results. And this is something that I've learned as well, because right now, for me, 2022 is about being in great shape year round. Whereas I've spent most of especially when I was a trainer, working in a gym, I was a bit more naive. I didn't understand as much about nutrition then. I was doing this, in shape, out of shape. It's like a yo-yo. I've never seen a yo-yo before. It goes up and down, right? Up and down, up and down, up and down. Who's done that before? Raise your hands on this live call. Give me a thumbs up or whatever. Comment saying me if you've yo-yoed before. If you've got some fantastic results, but it wasn't really sustainable. Guys, we all can relate to this, right? Because we've gone in harder than we can probably sustain for a period of time. But in reality, if you just build consistent habits that you enjoy doing, like I can see Mucker's just commenting there. So Dan is a great example of this, right? He has like this hard mentality, same as myself, but what he's learned, and by the way, he's on a holiday right now. He's coming back tomorrow and he can't wait to get back into his routine, his healthy habits, because it's enjoyable for him, right? Guys, you want to seek ways of being healthy that you really enjoy. And you've got to align others in the journey with you, by the way. Like if you're a mummy, for example, get your other half and the kids in on the journey. We're going to go do 10,000 steps a day. Let's do it together, right? Doing things like that. We're going to have a healthy breakfast together. We're going to have healthy protein-based snacks. We're going to do this. We're going to do that, right? And doing this in alignment with other people, because it's so true, by the way, that we become the average of the people that we're around. So if you're around 5 people all the time and they're all eating rubbish all the time, eating biscuits, guess what? You're eating biscuits too, right? Because we become the average. Whereas if you go on this journey together, you're way more likely to get better results. So I've kind of gone off on a few different tangents here, but I just wanted to go live for a little bit to add some value, add some positivity, and just to share with everyone. Guys, get your nutrition right and you will 10x your results. And by the way, this is unique for everybody, right? For me, the best thing to do is find someone who can help you with this. And create lifelong sustainable habits that you genuinely enjoy. Because if I followed hundreds of different diet plans, right, that I didn't enjoy, and so it was just a ticking time bomb. It's only a matter of time before that thing goes bang, bomb blows. You go back into binging, eating rubbish. So the result you got from it, you don't keep, because you're going back to the way you was before, right? It's not rocket science. It's like, how can I make it in a more relatable term? I come up on Instagram, poor connection. Let's say, for example, you're doing a part-time job, right? But you can't really fit it in, but you really need the money, and it pays you £100 a night or whatever, and you go out and you deliver pizzas or whatever. I don't know if you get £100 a night for doing that, by the way, but you can't sustain that long term. So the money you get from it is great, but once you stop doing that activity, the money stops coming in, right? Same when it's probably a really bad example, but it's the same when it comes to, I would like to know, what did you change at first? The healthy breakfast. Yeah, so what I did at first, great question by the way, Carlene. So I basically, when I first started using the Herbalife products, the first thing I did was change my breakfast. Yeah, biggest skeptic ever, by the way. Biggest skeptic ever. But I basically, I found myself doing this for so long, yo-yoing, so I knew that that wasn't the long-term solution for me. And I also was chronic breakfast skipper. Like I would leave for work pretty early in the morning, and some days I'd have nothing. Other days I'd try and smash some porridge, and I wouldn't really have much of an appetite in the morning. I just knew that breakfast was important. So I went to a friend's house. He made me a sample of the shake. I remember I was looking at it thinking, I'm not going to drink that. And it tasted like a strawberries McDonald's milkshake. And I legit thought he actually went out into the hallway and poured a strawberry McDonald's milkshake in this glass. I was like, no way can something this healthy taste like this. Like this can't be like healthy. And I thought I could drink this every morning, and I have been now for the last 4 years, and it's been dramatically, life changing. And it's something that I'll do forever. Like for me, this works, right? So you've got to find what works for you, what's convenient, what's simple, and which is why I love the products, because it's so easy for me. And we are typically very busy people running around doing everything like blue ass flies, right? So trying to find something that you can keep doing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? It's like the habit of brushing your teeth. You're doing that every day, otherwise your teeth are going to go manky, right, and fall out. Same with nutrition. It's so easy to brush your teeth, to keep your teeth going, right? Think about that in your nutrition. Make it so easy for yourself, so you just do it over and over and over and over again, so your results are predictable. It beats steak and eggs. Joe, do you know what? You are so right. This is hilarious, right? Joe's one of my old personal training clients, and at one point we were trying to have steak and eggs for breakfast. How unsustainable, right? Just cooking it. I remember at the time I was living in my dad's house, and he'd come down in the morning and be like, what the fuck have you been cooking? I was like, steak and eggs, old man, getting my protein in, and he would just be going livid. But there was no way I could sustain that. It was costing a fortune. It was stinking the house out. I felt minging afterwards, so that didn't last very long. And by the way, if that works for you, happy days. It doesn't work for me. And by the way, what happens when life gets busy? You can't get the pan on, you can't stick the steak on, or you can't get to the shops to buy it or whatever, and all of a sudden, tits up again, right? So that's why I'm so passionate about what I do now. But guys, hopefully you've got some value from this. 10x your fat loss results, 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. Get after it. I can see Lauren's comment. Exactly. Cheers, guys. I'll be back probably next Monday. Maybe I'll make this a regular thing. Cheers, everyone. Happy Monday. Have a great week. Go get it. Boom.